Yeah, welcome to the Unite Town Hall debate. I'm DJ Rob Swift. Tonight, in advance of the King of the Couch elections this November, candidates Reese Waters and Danny Cannell will field questions from everyday Americans. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good.
Thank you, DJ Rob. I appreciate it.
All right, time for the first question. Danny, you get to answer first.
Hey, Danny and Reese. My question for you today, is the SEC the best conference in the country?
Well, let me start by saying this. Reese, it's a pleasure to sit here on the stage with you.
Thank you.
And get to go toe-to-toe. And I want to speak up for the millions of Americans out there, the little people, the FCS juggernauts, the non-AQs, the little sisters of the poor. I'm here for you tonight. And the question being asked is the SEC the best conference in the land? And I think without question, they have been the last 6 years, but we are talking about 2012. Not 2011, not 2010, not 29, all the way back. Nope, we're talking about 2012. When I look at the big picture, when I go and study film, do you ever study film? That's a no.
Many films.
That is a no.
I've seen Argo. I enjoyed Footloose, as we talked about the other day. But we're here to talk about football.
Yes, we are.
We are Marshall, which is a fantastic
So let's get back to the
football
topic at hand. The Big 12 can give the SEC a run for their money. Sure, they've got the Florida Gators, who are at 2 right now, but where will they finish the season? The Big 12 has just as many teams in the top 25. And I think the little guys, Kansas State under Bill Snyder, they're getting robbed. They're getting absolutely hosed right now. You need to go back and watch the body of work.
I've heard enough from my opponent, and I apologize that my running partner, Kent Graham, couldn't be here tonight. But I want to tell you a story about a family in America. There was a guy who was living by himself. Let's call him National Championship. He met a lady, then there were 2. They made it, they had a baby, twins. That's 4 national championships living in a house. They went out to a church, a Christian church, and they came home and 2 more national championships were left on the doorstep. That is 6 national championships living in a house here in America. If you want to tell that family that they can be overtaken, let me tell you, I have 5 people backing up that first national championship that'll tell you different. Not to mention the fact that the #1 team and the #2 team in the BCS today are from the Southeastern Conference. They are the best conference in America, just as America is the best conference in the world. And as Ric Flair said, to be the best, you better beat the best. Until they get beaten, the SEC's #1.
I was gonna... Let me finish.
All right, y'all. It's time for the next question, guys. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, Unite? I'm from Davidson College. My name's Ty Middlebrooks, and I play baseball here. I got a question for Danny and Reese. I want to know what they think about RG3 being the Offensive Player of the Year.
I appreciate that question, Danny Middlebrooks. We did not need to know that you played baseball, but I appreciate you telling us that. There's no question RG3 is not only Offensive Player Rookie of the Year this year, he'll also be the Defensive Rookie of the Year this year. He's going to win all the awards. He can run the ball, he can pass the ball, he makes great decisions, not to mention the fact that he single-handedly changed the fortunes and the destinies of the people in our nation's capital, who I might add are vital to the success of this great nation. You tell me a weakness that RG3 has, other than his propensity for concussions, which is one that will be rectified by his coach, Mike Shanahan. It better be. We want to see my man successful. We want to see him thrive, and he will. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Might I add, honorable mention, Offensive Player of the Year.
Once again, I need to stick up for the little man. It's easy to take the 2nd overall pick. He's got talent like you've never seen before. But I want to tell you guys about a young man who was taken in the 3rd round. A guy named Russell Wilson. That's right. You know these statistics that you've got RG3, yeah, he's up there, he's 2nd in passer rate in the league. You know what? You take those and you can throw them out because they don't mean anything. You know what it's all about in the NFL? It's about winning championships. It's about winning games. Can I ask you a simple question?
Are you gonna
who has more wins?
The Seattle Seahawks will win a championship this year? Is that
they have with Russell Wilson as the Rookie of the Year?
They'll win
They will. They've got an outstanding chance.
You've heard it.
Let me just tell you a
Seattle
little bit.
will win the championship.
Let me ask you a question. Have you heard of these guys? Have you heard of Tom Brady?
Yes,
have you heard of Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, I have.
Have you heard of last year's Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Cam Newton?
Yes, I have.
Guess which quarterback has beat all of them? Yes, Russell Wilson. Enough said.
Check out Unite,
a new show about sports and stuff.
weeknights
at midnight Eastern
on ESPNU.